InterDimensional Meditation Astral Travel Report for April 27th, 2025. Meeting with the Intergalactic Architect. All right, so today is April 27th, and yesterday, Saturday, April 26th, we once again had a live guided interdimensional meditation. As we do every Wednesday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. live streamed on this channel. You can also watch them after they've been archived on the live section of the channel. So we did another live guided meditation. I did not know what was going to happen. I did have my light being friends show up earlier in the day, and they let me know that it was going to be a powerful meditation. And so they were, when that happens, if they say it's going to be powerful, you can bet it's going to be, extremely powerful. It was for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but these meditations are getting more and more powerful all the time. So we went, and as always, I don't always remember what happened. So please put in the comments section what you remember. If you did the meditation, if I miss something, I'm sure there are things that we did that I don't remember. So please, it helps me fill in the blanks in the comment section, and let us know what your experiences were. What happened for you? What words were spoken to you? What energies did you receive? What did you see? What did you experience? I'd really love to hear that. Also, if you want to have a personalized, channeled communication from ETs, I am doing these channeled personal guidance from interdimensional ET light beings. And to get those, go to channel.thunderwizard.com. I'm going to keep this 50% off, but the 50% off is only for those who allow me to video the channeling and allow me to put it up on the channel. So that's the payoff. I give you half off, you let me show it to other people, because it's very important, I think, for people to understand what is really going on here. It's very helpful. If you don't want that and you just want to have a channeling and you want it to stay private, you can get one of those two at channel.thunderwizard.com for the full price. All right, so let's just get into what happened yesterday. All right, so meeting with the Intergalactic Architect. So first we did the Hool breath warm-up, as we always do. And then this is what I remember. You tell me what you remember. We traveled up the crown chakra light shaft beyond Shiva. Now, I wasn't expecting anything like this. I didn't know there was anything beyond there. So we're getting into stuff that I don't think we in the third dimension can even begin to comprehend. And that was kind of the feeling, like things were getting set up for us so that we could go there and experience it. But, normally we wouldn't even be able to access these kinds of things in our, normal astral body. So we went all the way up through, out of the crown chakra, up through the light, up through all of the dimensions. We made it up to Shiva, and we went through Shiva out his crown. And that was, I was like, okay, I have no idea what's going to happen. It was an interesting adventure. All right, so we entered into this room of light with the architect. So the way I remember it is that a space was going to be created for us, like I said, so that we could experience it. And then we could communicate with this being who I was calling the architect. And so, again, what was your experience with that? Let's see, what did we do? So we entered into the room of light with the architect, and we were given energy transmission from him. So the way I remember it was, the first thing was there was going to be an energy transmission. I definitely felt it. I felt a huge amount of energy inside of me, very blissful, very powerful, very beautiful. But it was, when I get those energy transmissions, I just start going other places. So I remember that there may have been some communication back and forth. I'm pretty sure there was, at least once or twice during that interaction. So put in the comments what you remember you were being told. I'm trying to remember what I was told, and I'm not even sure I remember. It was so massive and profound that I don't know that my 3D ego could even handle it, even if I did remember. But if you remember, please put it in the notes or the comments. So we were given an energy transmission. We were given authority to intend, create the 5D world. So I remember that something about everybody that was part of that meditation had been chosen. By the way, you can go watch it. It's archived, it's recorded. It doesn't matter if you watch it live. In fact, I even remember saying, it doesn't matter if you're watching this live or recorded. Anybody who watches that, whenever they watch it, they've been chosen to receive authority. So we were given special authority to create. So the inference of that is that the average person, even if they start meditating and trying to create reality, it's not going to have the same weight that you have if you did this meditation. Anyway, believe that, don't believe it. I'm just here to report what I remember doing in the meditation. All right, then we returned to the 3D universe and we rose above our Milky Way galaxy. So I remember that, and then it became about we were going to not just focus on our world, we were going to focus on the entire galaxy, all of the planets and civilizations and everything that's within our galaxy. We were sending energy to empower the whole thing, to shift everything up. And then that was going to bleed out into all of the other galaxies around us. They were going to get that same energy, and then that was going to bleed out into the entire universe and then the multiverse. And so there was this feeling that we were the architects that were going to shift the entire multiverse. What do you remember? That's how I remember. And then we used this new authority to, I believe we chanted the Hua breath to activate the ascension for everything and everybody. You let me know. I'm sure we chanted it, I think, 2 separate instances. I think that was the first one. And then we breathed into the sun and the earth and intended the 5D earth. And by the end of the meditation, I mean, I was so out there. I'm fully conscious when I'm doing it, but I can't remember anything when I come back. Most of the time, when it gets that deep, I don't even know. The meditation is over and my head is, I don't know what's going on. So that's what I remember from this meditation. Please put in the comments what you remember, what you saw. If you haven't done the meditation, go do it. No 2 meditations are the same. They continue to get crazier and crazier. So the other thing that I've noticed is this. So if you're doing this work and you're finding yourself having a lot of intense emotions, know that for a lot of people, they may judge themselves and go, I don't understand. How come I'm not in the 5D mindset? Why am I still dragged down by these horrible 3D emotions? Listen, I'm just like everybody else. I have the same issues everybody else does, maybe even more so. So what I've come to realize is that when we do these meditations, we are stretching ourselves. We're expanding ourselves beyond, obviously, the third dimension. We're expanding our identities beyond this third dimensional identity. Then when we come back into our physical body, then it has to compensate. So what we're doing is a direct threat to our third dimensional everything. And so understand that the third dimension, is designed to preserve itself. The third dimensional perception of reality, it's just like, any program in your computer, it's always trying to correct itself, self-correct, and correct the glitches and all of that. So when we leave this reality and we do these interdimensional meditations, we're essentially, going beyond the program, literally the matrix program. And so when we come back, it tries to correct. So think of it as a rubber band. We're expanding far beyond where we are. And then when we come back, it goes in the other direction. And so that other direction is all the intense emotions, the negativity, the anxiety, the fear, my brain is coming up with so many things to get upset about. And it happens every day. If I don't do anything, my brain is thinking of people that I should be upset at, people that I should fight with. And it'll bring people that I haven't talked to in 20 years. And, my ex-wife who I haven't talked to in 20 years, bring her to mind, when she said this, 20 years ago, she said this to me, and and I'll just, in my mind, I'll start fighting with, whoever it is. I get bent out of shape because people don't close the gate at the pool here. Stupid things like that. So I've come to realize that all of that negativity is, after we expand beyond and then we come back, it tries to pull us back in the other direction. It's trying to self-correct. So it's really important that we continue to focus on what we intend. And I think I talked about that at the end of the meditation. It's really the most important thing we have is it's not about how we feel. So stop trying to feel perfectly. That has nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality is about being conscious of all of your feelings, positive and negative, and being conscious of what is beneficial for yourself and all other beings. And the only thing that you have any real power over is the choices and the actions that you take. You don't have any control over your thoughts or your feelings, so stop trying to be perfect that way. That's a lie from 3D religion. This interdimensional transformation, it's like, when you watch the werewolf movies and that's what's happening. We're like, so it's a challenging and sometimes a painful process. So focus only on what you want to create, focus only on what you want to intend, focus on your actions, taking actions, continuing to take risks for your own empowerment, and taking actions that are beneficial and helpful for other beings. That's all you have to worry about. And if you do that to the best of your ability, you get an A+ for the day. All right, that's it for me, guys. I hope you're doing well. Again, check out all of the stuff here, thunderwizard.com, if you need more energy to be able to create the portal with the light beings. That's the lightning qigong, all the Maoshan practices in the shop. All those things are there to help you do that. We talked about channel.thunderwizard.com if you want to find out who you really are in higher dimensions, and allowing me to create a portal so that the light beings can come in and empower you even further. Find out my books and everything else here at michaeldenny.org. And that's it. I love you guys. Please be very good to yourselves, and I will see you all very soon. Cool.